Hour-by-hour forecast tomorrow. 77 in the morning, cloud cover, giving way to sunshine. 97 degrees your high temperature, not a record. The record is 100 degrees across all of central Texas. Plan on mid to upper 90s. May feel a little bit warmer. Can't rule out some patchy cloud cover, maybe a little bit of mist or drizzle in the morning, and then sunshine is on, and it's going to be blazing hot again with that high temperature of 97. Fast forward to Wednesday, similar song, another verse. Yep, mid 70s out the door. Clouds giving way to sunshine, might eke out a stray shower toward the east by Wednesday afternoon, but our best bets of seeing any rain, a weak front may sag close to us Thursday and Friday. I'm not super optimistic, only dropping us to 94 on Friday with a 20% rain chance before triple digits resume next weekend. We'll be right back. Let's be honest, our hot, dry weather has been pretty boring, and yes, another day like today will be for tomorrow. Meantime, in the tropics, our first Pacific hurricane made landfall earlier today. Agatha was a Category 2 at landfall, now a 70-mile-per-hour tropical storm, and you can see it's pushing across Mexico. Now, an interesting setup is likely to occur, a crossover system. So this storm is going to weaken over to remnants and then reemerge into the Bay of Campeche. Once it does so, it could redevelop, in which case it would be an Atlantic system. And if it does become a named storm, which is possible, 50% development chance in the next 5 days, then
night. I don't know about you. I was outside looking up, hoping that the clouds would clear, waiting for the meteors. Oh, such a bummer. I will say, though, I have heard from looking at Twitter and some people responding that apparently in some rural spots, here's Skippy, in some rural spots, people have been able to see a decent amount of meteors tonight from this new meteor shower. Certainly not a storm, but yeah, the less light pollution, the better off you are. Joseph saw maybe about 3. I did not see a single one. I'm so bummed. Kevin, hey, how's it going? And Colby, hi. Thanks for checking in. All right, so here's your 7-day forecast. Temperatures are going to continue to be super hot, but not quite to record territory. By the way, I do want to show you real quick. Let me see. I think this will pop up my other computer. Let me see if this will do the trick. Nope, that's not it. How do I get the other computer? I don't know if I have it all set up because I was going to show you guys a picture from Twitter of someone else who did indeed capture the meteor shower. I think I can switch it real quick. So let me see if I can do it. Ready, set, and go. Let's try that. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. There you go. This is from Liberty Hill. Phil, his Twitter handle is Philostrophy, is in Liberty Hill and gets some amazing astrophotography shots. So this is what the rest of us haven't been able to see. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely love it. So anyway, disappointing for most areas. You say you love production software. Yep. So anyway, right now I'm looking at the potential of seeing a weak cold front that might try to get close to us either Thursday or Friday. Don't count on much, but I do have 20% rain chances here, just on the off chance that the front gets close enough that it brings a little extra cloud cover, shifts our winds to the east, and maybe cools temperatures down into the mid-90s. But for the upcoming weekend, it's looking more and more likely that as Florida is getting rain from what had been Agatha, what could become Alex, we're going to be kind of on the hot, dry side of a possible tropical system, and temperatures could soar into the triple digits. So, meh. Zed, you said just looking straight up, seeing 3 to 5 a minute. I'm so jealous. I'm so glad you got to see them, though, because for me, nope, nothing. But it does give me hope that some areas, and I also saw on Twitter someone in Glen Rose, ironically enough, where the dinosaur state park is, said that they saw quite a few, like more than they had ever seen when trying to watch a meteor shower. So happy for everyone who was able to see some. Danny, you say at least one sidekick. Yep, the skipster. John asking how long should we keep looking. So initially I heard that the peak was going to be right around midnight, and then I saw from a NASA person that it was going to be 11:45. So peak has already come and gone by all stretches of the imagination from what I've seen. And even some of the publications like earthsky.org, their Twitter handle, they said that they had watched some. It kind of sounds like people are talking about it in past tense now, as opposed to, hey, keep watching, keep going. But probably going to see maybe a few more meteors visible for some. But I gave up. I threw in the towel. Chris Bennett, happy Memorial Day still for you, yes. Carly says if Agatha / Alex goes to Florida, curious about the time. It looks like this weekend would be when it would be happening. Ooh, it's 1 a.m. That means the graphics are going to be off by day. See, time flies when you're looking at the skies. Rainfall wise, here we go. May 31st, last day of the month. Look at this rainfall deficit. It is so disheartening to think that and see, this is what happens at 1 a.m. What numbers? They're gone. But a 2 to 3+ inch deficit in rainfall. It's just sad, sad, sad. So, by the way, not only is there the issue of light pollution, but also clouds. And because of the fact that the clouds are kind of reflecting the extra light, if you are in a spot that's not rural, away from light pollution, the cloud cover combining with the, like in my case in the backyard, I was like, why is it so bright? It's because the cloud cover is reflecting the street lights. And so it looks like daylight outside in my backyard. So all of the fainter meteors are not visible because they're being, the light is basically stealing the thunder. I'm not mad. Not at all. No, I don't mind. I can tell you, the number of times that I've gone out to watch a dud of a meteor shower as opposed to the times that I've actually had luck seeing one absolutely outweighs on the side of not seeing anything and it being a dud. Temperature-wise, it's 79 degrees. It's also really, really breezy outside. During the time when I was watching and looking up and my neck started to hurt for a while because I was like, I've been looking up forever. It's super breezy outside. Keeping in the warm air. 79 degrees the temperature in Austin. You look off to the north, they had some tornado warnings and all kinds of severe weather through areas of Minnesota and Dakotas. Easy to see there's a boundary basically separating us from the cooler air. Let me go ahead and plot on the surface map for you. And here you go. There's a very long dry line right in here. And that's that dividing line between the warm, humid air and the cooler, drier, less humid air. Plus, you get a cold front up through parts of Minnesota. And so that was kind of where all the action happened earlier in the day. Chris says, hottest May on record, Austin, one of the coolest Mays for you in the Pacific Northwest. What a difference. Carly going to Orlando on Friday, hoping it isn't bad there. At the very least, it does look like there will be rain. As far as the exact time, that's still yet to be seen. I will say that the strong winds that we've been having have been transporting in smoke, again, from agricultural burning. So hazy skies in part because of smoke. It's interesting to note, though, the Saharan dust, which we had a plume of earlier, there's going to be a big gap right in here, which will coincide with allowing Agatha's leftovers and then potentially Alex. There will be a gap in here to where Saharan dust will not be playing a role in inhibiting tropical development. But then there are some more areas of pretty thick dust that are coming off of the coast of Africa, and that will tend to inhibit additional tropical development. But see how there's that very defined break where there's not much out there as we head through the weekend and toward Monday, June 6th? That will enable or help the possibility of that tropical system not getting knocked out by Saharan dust, for what it's worth. All right, we're not going to track these temperatures because of the fact that it's after 1 a.m. and the temperatures don't plot. Dixie, say the windiest you've ever seen. I had a question from someone on Twitter today saying, have we been setting any records with wind? No, we haven't. In fact, the month of May for Austin, our average wind speed 6.2 miles per hour versus the climatological average, which is 7.9. So it's actually not been as windy as a typical May, as crazy as that seems. But outside right now, it is certainly windy. And my guess is, Dixie, for you out in Kerrville, you've probably got nothing shielding yourself from the wind. So chances are it is definitely noticeable. A meteor trickle. I appreciate that, Danny. Yeah, if I had only seen one, I think I would have been satisfied. Air quality as we head through your Tuesday is scheduled to be in the good range, which is nice. We haven't had that in quite some time. All right, so now let's talk about Tropical Storm Agatha. It made landfall as a Category 2 storm in southern Mexico. And I'm going to try to pronounce it, and I will probably botch it. Oaxaca, I think, is the pronunciation, but I probably botched it. Anyway, the storm has now weakened all the way down to 60-mile-per-hour winds, gusts down to 85 miles per hour. And it's just a big rainmaker causing flooding concerns right now in portions of Mexico. Now, that tropical storm is going to cross over Mexico and then re-emerge in the form of remnants into the Bay of Campeche, the southern Gulf of Mexico. Once that happens, then it is expected to develop yet again. And here's something interesting. The National Hurricane Center just updated. I'm going to remove the 50%. You know why? Because the National Hurricane Center's latest update, which came out just a tad bit ago, they have now revised to a 60% chance of tropical development within the next 5 days with this system that is currently over Mexico. In addition, you will notice that the area of concern includes the Yucatan, on into the southeastern Gulf, Cuba, and even on toward Florida. So, Carly was asking, what about Orlando? Well, I mean, it does look like there's a pretty decent shot that the cone of possibilities is a little farther south of Orlando. However, if you've got a tropical system that might potentially be moving through, it will probably pass over all of Florida. And of course, you can kind of imagine that there might be some action for anyone who might be in Orlando as well. So this weekend would be the timing on that one. All right. Meantime, let's talk about that meteor shower, shall we? So disappointed. I keep looking and I'm like, anyone? I think the most that I heard reported was someone on Twitter in Glen Rose, and it sounded like it was a fantastic night for meteor watching. Too bad it wasn't for me. So chances are we're pretty much done with that. It was fun talking about it though. As mentioned, the temperature 79. We did have a high of 97 on Monday. I'm forecasting another high of 97 on Tuesday. A very similar setup. Clouds to sunshine. And then Wednesday will be likewise as well. Check out this current wind gust. It is gusting into the 20-mile-per-hour range for much of our area. We've got gusts around 23 in Austin, 24 out at the airport, gusting to 21 in Llano, 26-mile-per-hour gust in Mason with a sustained wind at 15 miles per hour. So it's impressively breezy for the overnight. It's going to keep in the heat and the humidity. So we have officially, in one day left, we'll have officially taken over for hottest Mays. It's basically statistically impossible for us to not still end up with 2022 at the top of the list. That'll be above 2018 and 1996, which will tie for second. So yeah, what a May it was. And as we look ahead, this is going to be the Wednesday forecast. Clouds giving way to sunshine, high temperature of 96. Tuesday's forecast will be clouds to sunshine, high temperature of 97 degrees. And Wednesday high temperatures anywhere from 98 in Llano to 93 in Elgin to about 95 degrees in LaGrange. Hour by hour forecast, this is starting on Wednesday, 7 a.m., clouds. By afternoon, we may see a sea breeze shower to the south and east of Austin, but it is unlikely that we see anything in Austin proper on Wednesday at least. But Thursday, I've got a 10 to 20% chance of rain, and then Friday, a a 20% chance of rain, assuming this cold front gets here. And you may have seen, see how there's a little tiny bit of shower activity that tries to develop in the morning on Thursday? That may be with the front. And worth also noting, it's showing maybe some heavier rain or storms to the north and east, just north and east of Milam County, and a little line as well. So as we head towards Thursday morning, depending on how things play out, as I kind of widen this out for you, there may actually be some isolated showers and thunderstorms. And northerly winds will be with that front, but we'll be in the southerly winds on the south side of the front. So it just depends on how much progress the front makes as to whether we actually see relief. But maybe, just maybe, a passing shower or a stray storm as that cold front tries to push on through, and maybe at least give us a little bit of a wind shift. I will say this latest computer model is a little more encouraging than the others in that it is actually giving us a bona fide northerly wind, whereas earlier I was thinking we might just start to see the winds turn out at the east, and that would be pretty much it. Danny says she could have gotten by without the hottest May record. I know, but everything's bigger in Texas, right? Yeah. So anyway, there's at least a little bit of hope. Maybe that front comes through. Maybe we do manage to get some rain. The days would be Friday and Thursday. Again, after 1 a.m., all the maps and naming is going to be off by a day. As far as how much rain we might get, well, I mean, it's better than nothing. How about possibly about 1/4 of an inch for the Austin area per the American computer model, the GFS, or maybe even more promising, close to 1/2 of an inch. We will take every single precious drop because that will help at least stave off some in terms of the increasingly bad drought. So here is a look at the rainfall totals potentially by Tuesday, which the majority of this is going to happen Thursday and Friday if we see much, anywhere between 1/4 to about 1/2 of an inch. As we widen out the view, much better chances of more substantial rain will be in the northern part of the state. But hey, we'll take it. Danny says it's Texas. Yes, it is. And I can't show you, oops, I was gonna say I can't show you the 7-day because it's gonna be off by a day, so we'll just end right there. But I will go to the CBS Austin website, and on that you'll be able to see my forecast day by day. So we hit 97 on Monday, we'll go 97 on Tuesday, 96 on Wednesday, 96 on Thursday, Friday a little bit cooler. I had 94, I think even it has changed. And then Saturday we warm right back up. Could see 98 on Saturday, 100 degrees on Sunday. So yeah, it's coming back whether you like it or not. Okay, you guys, thank you so much as always for checking in. If you were able to see meteors, congratulations. If not, yep, you're not alone. I was there too. Take care and have a great night.